Dogecoin holders, can we see $1 Dogecoin in 2025? We got to be talking about this. So without further ado, welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Anything I say is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's hop into this video. All right, guys, we're going to start off. Over on Twitter, follow me at 3 Blacksea. I posted ETH held by strategic reserve entities has reached nearly 5 million coins. Pretty incredible to see this actually, like, because first we had the Bitcoin SPY ETF, right? And really after the Bitcoin SPY ETF came out, Bitcoin sold off. It was a sell the news event. And it took some time to actually start to build. And then we saw that massive move from, I believe we were at like 45,000 or around 60,000. And we saw that move all the way up to 120,000. We saw the very similar thing happen with ETH. Now, you may be asking, Blacksea, what does this have to do with Dogecoin? Well, Ethereum needs to be going up to ignite that true altcoin season. I think we're starting to see that play out. Ethereum is very, very close to new all-time highs, but hasn't quite yet gotten there. And we'll take a look at that here shortly. But let's look at Dogecoin in a vacuum first, right? Because right now, not many people are talking about Doge. Not many people are talking about Doge, but when you look at this, it looks very similar to Crow Coin as well. I just made a video on Crow. The curvature here looks very nice. I like to see this. It looks strong, and it's still in a bullish structure, but everyone got spooked. We had that huge move to the upside, now a huge drawdown, and now we've basically just in distribution phase and accumulation phase, really since February 13th all the way up till now. How long has this been? Oh my goodness. Let's measure this out. We're talking about 228 days, almost a year of accumulation and sideways price action. But if you look at this, to me, this looks like a very large move is loading here. And I will say this does look, people will argue that this is a rising wedge, but I would say that this could be more of like a ascending triangle. But regardless, just because a formation leans to be more bearish more times than it is not, does not mean that that's what will play out. You need to be also looking at the overall overarching economics as well as what's going on, what's the trend of, say, Bitcoin and the traditional market, okay? But I do think that right now we are loading for a big move. If you look at Market Cipher, you see that we have a red dot on the momentum wave coming down still. So to me, that says, yeah, we're probably needing to chop sideways just a bit more here. But all in all, I don't think that we come much lower than 25 cents. I think it's possible that we test 25 cents. I've been high leverage scalping Doge over the past week or so. Really just low time frame stuff, like on the hourly time frame, 4 hourly time frame, nothing crazy, and not anything like not significant funds, right? I'm just using money I'm not afraid to lose, which usually when you're leverage trading, that's how you should treat it, and that's how you really are. It's not a game as much as you versus yourself when you're using money you're not afraid to lose, because the emotions don't seem to creep in as much when you're doing that. In my personal opinion, from my personal time doing that, okay, from my experience. But all in all here, guys, I do think that we could come down and test 25 cents. But at the same time, like, we are consolidating pretty heavy here. And we just saw the rate cut for from the FOMC meeting, 0.25, and we're expecting two more, and potentially more into 2026. But we're expecting at least 2 more rate cuts in 2025. And guys, the traditional market is rallying and Bitcoin is selling off. You just need to wait a little bit. When S&P 500, the traditional market, is rallying, Bitcoin will rally as well. But sometimes it just lags a little bit behind, okay? But all in all here, guys, I'm not really looking for a swing long here just yet until we start to maybe close above, say, 28 cents on Doge. And I wouldn't look for a significant long position unless we tested 25 cents. But guys, if you do want to trade, feel free to check out in the pinned comment section or description box below. We have a $100,000 sign-in bonus to BitTinex, as well as $10 for free when you sign up. And on Blowfin, we have a 10% trade rebate and a $5,000 sign bonus. Guys, take advantage of the affiliate links down below. It really helps support this channel, as well as there's a lot of lucrative rewards to be taking advantage of if you are trading or you want to learn how to trade. It's a good tool to have. But I did want to talk about Dogecoin a little bit more here, because we need to be talking about this dollar, right? Are we going to go to $1? Is it possible? If it's it's weird because I just made a Crowcoin video, and a lot of similarities are there's a lot of similarities between Dogecoin and Crow when it comes to the time horizon. This Q4 is extremely, extremely important if you want to see big price targets play out for Dogecoin. And right now, like, we're down about 8% the past 7 days, about 1.5% the past 24 hours. It is weekend price action, keep in mind. But the reason why I say that the time horizon is so important is because with Crowcoin, also Dogecoin has the same feature where the tokenomics aren't that good. They're adding, for Dogecoin is way worse than Crow because the circulating supply is constantly going up at a alarming rate because that was how it was created, because it was a meme coin, okay? Now, does that mean that we can't go to $1 because of that? No, it doesn't. But what it does mean is that the longer it takes to get to that dollar, the less likely it will play out. And usually when you look at other assets, like, say, Bitcoin or deflationary assets, usually the longer time horizon you have, the much more likely you're going to reach those higher and higher price targets because there's more liquidity moving into the asset, more of it's getting adopted. But when you have that sell pressure, it's not really sell pressure, but it's diluting the supply, diluting the potency of the liquidity getting added, it becomes a little bit of a different scenario, right? It makes it more difficult. You want it to happen now, right now. I want that liquidity right now, and I want it right now, right? That's what you want to see happen with Dogecoin. Do I think that $1 is possible for Doge in 2025? Yes, I do. I think a $100 billion market cap for Dogecoin is not that crazy, guys. I think it's not that crazy, especially with how we're looking at this market right now. Now, let's talk about ETH for a second here, because ETH is near all-time highs, and I think that Ethereum, to me, has been like the most successful indicator, in my opinion, for altcoin season. And I view it as when ETH is above 3,000, alts look like an attractive area to be buying. And when ETH is above 4,000, it's like, okay, alts are going to start rallying, which they have been. And then when ETH makes new all-time highs and starts to really rally, that's when you will see true altcoin season. That's when you see Bitcoin dominance break down, and that's when you're going to see retail FOMO, frothy euphoria come back and send Dogecoin to the moon, most likely. Okay, that's what you want to be looking for. And that's why when I saw this, I was like, wow, this is wild, that these Ethereum strategic reserves are just accumulating more and more and more, and it's going to send ETH higher, and it's going to make the market much more frothy, guys. Looking at Bitcoin right now, there's a lot of confusion happening, if you will. Potentially a bull trap playing out here if we close below this purple line at 116,000. Probably plays out. Probably this is a bull trap and we come down. I don't necessarily think that we come down and test this level of 110,000. The reason why I say that is, let me rewind a bit. We can test 110,000. We can even test even like 103, 104,000, and bullish price structure would still be intact because of the time of this market, because we're in the fourth and final phase of this bull market cycle. You get to be a little bit more lenient on support and resistance levels getting broken, because this is the time for bear traps and bull traps. Now, why am I biased to the upside? Well, because we only have hypothetically like 28 to 30 days left in the 4-year cycle based on the past 4-year cycles. And now, yes, does that have to be exactly to that point? No, it doesn't. But that is the main data point that I've been trading off of and swing trading off of. So I'm going to put some weight. I'm going to put some respect on that thesis's name, okay? Like, that's how I'm viewing it. And, yeah. Can it go 30, 60 days longer than that said 28 days? Yeah, of course it can. But that is just something I'm keeping in the back of my head if for some reason we do see a bigger drawdown. Because if we see a bigger drawdown, it's going to be a little bit more spooky, and I may be more inclined to take some chips off the table, specifically when it comes to altcoins and Bitcoin, okay? But guys, let me know in the comments below. Are you bullish on Doge? Do you think $1 is possible? In my opinion, I think if there's a time to see Dogecoin go to $1, it is in the next 3 to 5 months, okay? So it's going to be exciting times. I think this winter is going to be really wild for crypto and altcoins and for Dogecoin, and I'm going to be trading it. I'm going to be scalping it. I'm going to be making money along the way and just accumulating more Bitcoins, stacking Bitcoin with my altcoin leverage trading profits. And that's all I got, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel now. Check out all those awesome affiliate links down below if you want to trade and take advantage of those bonuses. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.